Welcome to the Hunting Island Lighthouse. Being a lighthouse keeper out here was a very lonely life. You didn't see many people. Day trip to Beaufort was no such thing. It took you about 3 days to get your stuff from Beaufort. Day one was travel. You had to travel and traverse creeks, rivers with your horses. Then you stayed and you shot the next day. And then the next day, the third day, you had to come back. Of course, they had probably chickens, farmed some things. They actually planted persimmon trees. There's only one persimmon tree that's left, so those are planted by lighthouse keepers for fruit. You'll notice the lighthouse is black and white. We call that a Daymark. That's for you to see it in the daytime. So if you were way offshore, you could look on the beach and say, oh, I'm at Hunting Island because I see the Daymark. This lighthouse was designed to be completely movable. So as you look up at the structure, you can see cast iron panels. Each one of those panels is 1,200 pounds. And in the innermost workings of the lighthouse, as we go up today, you'll see brick structure, so it is brick lined. Basically, the lighthouse is a giant jigsaw puzzle that you can take apart, move, and reposition back together. The only other movable lighthouse is Cape Canaveral in Florida. We lose about 15 to 20 feet of beach a year, which has been happening for years and years and years since there were lighthouse keepers here. You need a lighthouse to be movable. This is actually the second location that it's in. So in 1889, the ocean was knocking at the lighthouse's door, so the structure was dismantled and moved 1 1/4 miles southwest of its original location. It was moved one time, so it took about 2 years to move it because they could only work in winter months. Summer months you had to deal with malaria and mosquitoes, so they couldn't work with the mosquitoes. So as you go up the lighthouse stairs, the black lines of the lighthouse interior are actually cast iron phalanges linking several tiers of plates. And if you look really closely on the observation platform railings and walkways, you can see several sets of Roman numerals engraved into the metal. Those were said to have helped the workers realign the lighthouse at the new site. This was actually not the first lighthouse on Hunting Island. In 1873, they began erecting the second lighthouse. So the first structure was actually built in 1857. When the Civil War started, the Confederate Army did not want the Northern Army to advance. So that lighthouse, it was blown up. They still say bricks are falling in the Atlantic Ocean with all the dynamite they used. So shrimpers have to be very careful with the bricks out in the water because that's where the lighthouse was. So when you come out and you look towards the Atlantic, if you look towards more northward, you're going to see Edisto. If you look really close, if it's a real clear day, you're going to see the water tower at Edisto. And if you look to your right, you're going to see Fripp Island. The back side of the island, you'll see acres and acres of maritime forest. You'll hear birds, all kind of bird species, wrens, chickadees, cardinals. One of my favorite times is to come up on a sunrise climb, go out in the morning, listen to all the birds waking up. So once you get up to the top, you're going to be where the Fresnel Lens was. It was a second order Fresnel Lens. This light could be seen 18 to 20 miles out. And the lighthouse actually had a 30-second flash pattern, this lighthouse. Other ones have different ones to let you know where you are. We do full moon climbs where you actually see the moon rise. The most spectacular one I've ever done was a supermoon. It really looked like the sun was rising over the Atlantic. It was so bright. For more information, visit southcarolinaparks.com.